is the fan faction season. We are going to break down the setup in just a second here. Okay, so we're playing against S-Check, who we played very recently. We're playing against Brian Pay, who's actually doing very well on this arena season. Very strong player. I don't recognize this Mike player. Okay, they're good. They don't have that many games, but they're very good. And it looks like they've been playing a fair bit in this arena season, so that's cool. Wonder how fast they play. Always interested in that, right? Slow. Very slow. Slow. Okay, so this is not going to be a fast stream, which is unfortunate. I was hoping for a fast stream. Okay, so we got conspirators and halflings picked into the first two seats. Ooh, no shipping tiles. This makes me, I mean, gray being in the game like blocks out dwarves, and halflings being in the game makes it tough for fakirs with no landscape. But man, this was a great dwarves track. Early earth rewards, this air stronghold event, and then dwellings late. This was a perfect game for our friends in yellow, or for our friends in gray. So I'm really bummed about conspirators here. Who do we like here? This color wheel is pretty ugly. I think that blue, green, and red are kind of the natural colors here. I think architects can probably do okay, though this is not a great track for architects. Maybe like round 3 town and round 4 stronghold is good for architects, but it's actually not that pretty. Goblins are in the game. Goblins are always a problem. So in that case, putting blue in the game is not the worst idea. It kind of slows down goblins a little, but I don't know if it's like great. I really don't want green in this game. Green is just kind of ugly all around. I think I kind of like red. Treasures are just... This is an okay treasures track with a last round dwellings and like maybe like a round 4 stronghold, but I'm not that excited about this color wheel. Swarmlings could be okay here. I'm not thrilled about putting swarmlings in, but I think that it's a pretty good track for them. They can definitely hit a round 3 town if they delay. They can always hit round 2 double dig if they pass first. It's like a pretty good track to just open stronghold temple on the big building tile, then pass for double spade. I don't want wisps. I don't really want mermaids with none of these ship tiles. Don't really want green. Don't really want yellow. So yeah, we just do this. Chaos Magicians are also very disadvantageous in this color matchup with gray in the game. They make life kind of a little weird, but it's not very good. So I think that probably just the usual red starting spots are good here for architects. We just place here and here. And we try to open with like bridge here, bridge here. I might start with the priest if I'm architects here, honestly. Regardless, I do think that halflings and goblins definitely need to be bid first. Yeah, the 25 points on goblins feels correct. I mean, the double temple goblins opening is just so good. There's lots of econ here, like in terms of coins. I think that this is a decent game for the stronghold for goblins, actually, because the stronghold, if you make it at the right time, it can help you get more tiles. I guess this might not be correct to bid on halflings because I don't think that you get a center town here. Yeah, I think that conspirators make your life awkward in terms of getting a center town because architects will be here. They could also be down here, though I think that D6 is probably too good for them not to be down there. The late dwellings for architects also kind of sucks. Late dwellings are good for halflings and conspirators most, I think. That's probably not correct for me to say that it's that bad for archivists to have late dwellings, but conspirators, what are we doing here as conspirators? Like, are we going to get this G6 hex? If we're going to get this G6 hex, I like conspirators. Because that definitely helps our dreams of a round 3 town. I think I really like halflings' ability to get around 3 town here. Halflings, I mean, I actually think that architects probably want the priest, so goblins maybe get, goblins probably take the big building tile because they want to open double temple. And that means that halflings get worker power, which is quite good. Conspirators start with 0 cult steps, which is a bummer. It's also, I guess, not clear if architects open with priest or if they send the priest to air or if they use it as a bridge. I kind of think that a bridge is better because they would probably like to go like bridge here, build 3 dwellings this way, then bridge here, build a dwelling, 2 dwellings this way. They can afford to leave one of those unbuilt early, but goblins can't be that wrong. There's 3 passing tiles for points. There's no points tile for shipping. There's no advantages for shipping, but that also means that we'll probably, like, when we advance our ship as goblins, we'll be the only ones with shipping very early, other than probably architects take a shipping town. So what do we do if we're architects? We probably just open the game by bridging to c5. I think I start with the priest. I would use the priest as a bridge, build these 2 hexes, and then maybe open the game by buying this priest, bridging here, and then coming over here. But essentially, I'm claiming that I'm not going to be building on any. I guess conspirators can really F you up if they start here, right, on c5. It's pretty dangerous to claim that we're starting d6 as architects, because then we could lose this red, and that would be a problem. Who struggles the most to make a round 3 town? I think that goblins probably struggle most to make a round 3 town. They need this hex, and this hex in order to do that, probably. Because you're probably starting on e5, right? So your 2 temples are going like g5 or e10 here, unless you get like the double spade or something in this round. Even if you get the double spade in round 2, you're probably not. It's not going to happen. You probably need like single spade and then like another spade to make that all happen. The spade tile is also missing, which is a bit of a bummer. Goblins do start with a step on air, so like there is theoretically a world where you might want to open on this tile, this cult step tile, and then like I was talking about going like in a previous game with goblins, this was the round 1 event, and I was just goblins in the first seat, and I considered taking this tile rather than the 6 coins. But I forgot that goblins have that air step. So if they take air 2 with this as one of their temples, they can actually make some good stuff happen. I would start by placing f5 here as halflings. I would be kind of tempted to place f7 for my other dwelling, if goblins do place g5. If they place e10, then I guess we just place here, and then we give up the center town, but we get a very easy town over here. But essentially, I think that I'm going to get one of these two easy towns, which is great news. Conspirators have very little going for them positively here. They're gray, which is a pretty good color in this matchup. And I guess what you've got going for you if you're conspirators is there's a chance that you get this blue hex here. There's also a chance that architects. Well, okay, so life is quite risky as conspirators if you do start this C5 hex, right? Okay, well, that happened. This player is strong, so I shouldn't just completely underestimate them. If it is G5 goblins, I'm very happily going F7. Okay, but goblins place over there. So this makes this town a lot easier. And that means that I am placing over here. So that does mean I need to figure out what I'm doing with my favor tile. Is Earth 2 possibly correct? Earth 1. Air 2. Like, one thing that does occur to me is that I don't really need any other sort of Are goblins really only 7 points better than halflings? I don't know about that. I don't know about that, I will say. I mean, one thing I can do is I can place up here. If I really hate Brian, I can place up here, but I think he's pretty happy to just strand a structure for, like, infinite leech as well. Yeah, it's a very bold placement for architects, given that they don't know that conspirators aren't up here. But I guess if conspirators would never be able to dig with their first action, so yeah, I think it's got to be here, right? Also, I could win the race down to this D2 hex. There is a world where I want to temple for air 2. However, I think that world involves me getting on this tile. I would love to be able to get priest to air here, but it looks like all of these guys want priest to air. Goblins probably want priest to air as well. In fact, I'm certain that goblins want priest to air. If they start on this big building tile, then they get a priest to air. Yeah, I should have probably placed more value on these later two factions because of the priest and because of this. Well, I guess thinking pretty hard about placing up here instead of down here. Okay, good. I think that would have been a mistake, because if I'm architect and I see that conspirators place up here and they don't have the power to dig with their first action, I might just advance shipping with my first action and then build here. This winds up being better for everyone, I think. Other than maybe conspirators themselves. So, who knows? Almost no cult coins, so Fire 1 can make sense as well. Never. I'm never taking Fire 1 here. With round 2 rewards here, and then cult workers coming in later for air, I think I would always take air 2 over Fire 1 here. Oh, it's worker power for architects. So goblins take the priest. Okay, so I think maybe I take this then. And I let conspirators start with a stronghold tile. Yeah, I think that this is probably the right play. Because architects can't double dig, so I could still win double dig. And with this, I can temple heir 2, so I can actually get my cult spade. Now it feels a little bad to let this thing go away, but I think that I can live with that. And I should always be able to snag single spade as well. We'll just see how the spade actions break down, but I guess if conspirators do get double dig in round 1, which they are in the running for, if they upgrade here well, they upgrade here first. Okay, so I'm just gonna upgrade over here, and then I should be okay to get double dig. Because architects, again, don't have a place to double dig. Yeah, architects can't give the leech here. Ah, screw it. I can always settle for single dig. Single dig is no worse for me because I don't have the extra worker. We'll gamble on getting double dig here, but if, like, there's certainly a chance that I don't, and I can live with that. Maybe I should have been considering templing. Wow, okay. Brian buys the priest. So I guess priest to earth and priest to air is the plan for goblins, which is very strong. But this doesn't look like double temple is happening, which is pretty interesting. We can still double temple. Is that good? It would probably have to be earth 2, air 2. So I do need to put a spade down, right? Like I do want to place a spade. I think that this architect's opening is much worse than you might have hoped. It's probably water too. It's earth 1. I think that seems pretty weak. Nice break for conspirators. You figured they would take the priest for the big building. Yeah, I think that architects were supposed to take the priest. This is also a pretty good break for us if we want this double spade. I'm not actually certain if we do. Yeah, I just don't know if I want if I prefer to have 2 temples or if I prefer to have double spade here. It would involve taking this and having a longer round. There's lots of good pass tiles available. Next round is the dig round, but then I probably have a long enough round that I don't get it. Screw it. I think that we just stick with the original plan, which was temple for heir 2, get the cult spade, and then figure out life after that. Our connection seems fairly assured now as well, because Brian, I should be able to get this G2 hex now. I could put my cult spade on it, and that would greatly deter conspirators from ever threatening it, really. What are you guys talking about? Nice break for the conspirators. You figured they would just... They're being architects. Yep. Earth 1 from conspirators is bizarre. They just not going to swap. That's true. That's a very good point. Do we think that they're going to temple as well? Well, yes. As Scooby points out, you definitely would have wanted the workers action that happened. And Zorito, I was thinking that water 2, air 3 was possible, but instead it's turned out like this. So we're going to probably get Earth 1 blocked, and we're just going to live with it. I think I'm okay with that. Even though, like, it's not ideal. They got Earth 1 blocked here. Like, clearly, I would have liked Earth 1. That was part of why I was considering double templing, but I think that I would have been Earth 2, Air 2 anyway, so... But yeah, this is not the highest scoring track. Like, no one's making more than 15 points across these 3 rounds. And then it's just dwellings. And I think goblins will have better shipping than I will, so they're going to be able to hit, like, and they're going to have advanced digging by then, so they're going to hit my natural browns. I can only really dig my way through, so I do need to... Like, I am going to get 2 workers coming off the air cult this round. But things will be a little awkward. I also need to figure out when I'm going to build this temple, because this is a sanctuary town. Okay, conspirators take the single spade. Makes plenty of sense. Architects probably bridge here and build here after this. This is very, very good leech for conspirators, which is, I guess that's part of the reason why we like conspirators, right? Like, why gray is good. They're going to open next round by double spading this hex, it looks like. Conspirators switch to air 2. I think that that's a pretty poor choice. This is definitely not the favor that you want for conspirators. I think you want Earth 2. Much, much more than you want air 2. They should undo this. They are going to overflow badly in power with this temple and this temple. Yeah. This is going to be Earth 2 instead. Arguably Fire 1 instead, so that way they probably want Earth 2 at the end of next round. Yeah, workers are good. Brian might also be looking to temple... Brian might be looking to get a town early as well. He could put Priest to Air, take Air 2 as well, and then get 2 Cult Spades next round. The Air Cult is so important this game that I think that would be a perfectly viable strat, so let's see what happens. Conspirators do need to choose another favor, obviously. Yeah, I think that conspirators might not have been thinking about the switch when they made that move, honestly. Like, it's... Like, 2 points is clearly not worth that, but, I mean, if they had nothing else planned, then... In any case, they do take Earth 2, which I think is probably the best one overall for them, honestly, so I don't mind that move so much. Okay, Brian does put Priest to Earth, so that's fine. I think that I would have considered Priest to Earth heavily next round, but so this could be Temple Earth 1, theoretically. Something really wrong with Temple Earth 1 here. Oh, Brian is getting a double temple anyway? God damn, that's really good. Yeah, he probably temples Earth 2 now, gets some leech. Oh yeah, never mind. He was always going to be able to double temple because of this. Yeah, okay, never mind. This is as disgustingly strong for goblins as I had feared. um, this should definitely be the 7 coins. I guess conspirators have enough coin income that they can go for the dwelling style instead, but yeah. Okay, do we want the big building tile or the dwelling VP tile? My hot take is that we take this and then we Sanctuary Earth 1. Then I can put Priest to Earth to take care of my coin issues. And then I can build this hex, and if I get a single spade, I can build this hex as well. It's not like a terrible opening for architects. Brian would have 1 worker for next round. Oh, sorry, you're talking about conspirators? You guys are debating what conspirators should have taken. Okay. Yeah, conspirators could have gone for a spade next round, but do they really need a spade next round? I guess they put it here and then they double spade these 2 hexes. Like, I think it's kind of fine for them to just double spade this guy and build here as well, but you might be right. Like, admittedly, this worker isn't particularly snowballing for them. Kind of an interesting decision to take Earth 2 instead of Fire 1, but I mean, given this, I think that that's perfectly fine. They're going to open with a coins action. Maybe we should take the coins action then. Oh wait, have we already gotten Earth 1 blocked? Oh wait, okay, never mind. We've effed up because we don't want Sanctuary here, right? We really don't actually want the Sanctuary here because this is the wrong spot for the Sanctuary. So we were always going to get Earth 1 blocked. Like, it's possible that that if we build our Sanctuary here, that maybe we get this hex later, but this was a mistake. Definitely a mistake. Okay, so what's happening next? Clearly, conspirators are trying to greed Earth 1 here. Should we punish them and just take Earth 1 now? I'm very tempted to. If I do take Earth 1 now, they probably buy the single spade here. Screw it. I'm going for it. I'm just, no, how good is Earth 1? It gets me 1 dwelling, right? And then I probably don't get the single spade, because conspirators then take it. So what's my round otherwise? It's dwelling, hard dig. Is that as weak as it sounds? Because that sounds pretty weak. Should keep an eye on our timer. We've botched this so badly. Conspirators' first action is going to be to take Earth 1. Or their next action, rather, is going to be to take Earth 1. And how are we making this town? With like 2 TPs? That also feels pretty weak. I think we are supposed to just take Earth 1 here, and then maybe go for like a weird bridge town here. With like these hexes or something for our second town. But we've really screwed this one up pretty bad. I also just really dislike this style of play where like you're so concerned about getting the Earth 1 points that you don't even build your dwelling. Like that's part of the reason why I'm just doing this, because I'm just like, because I find this type of play distasteful. That's just a personal tick, obviously, but forgot we were on the big building. Yeah. That is why we did that. We're pretty coin short, so this priest does go to the earth track, and then we build this guy. Alright, alright. I see that. I see you, architects. I see you. Ryan does get the coins, can build. I would probably just build 4 dwellings here, use the X token for 2 workers. I think goblins are running away with this game, and I don't think that's a very hot take. They used 2 of their X tokens last round. I guess they used them for coins. That makes some sense. Because they only have 2 X tokens now, whereas they had 4 at some point. Architects, what do they do with it? Oh, they use their priest for a bridge. Okay, I'm not sure about that. But sure. Okay. Conspirators going for a second favor tile. I approve of that. Do we use this? I think we do use this. We just secure this hex now. It's points, and I have just enough stuff now. Oh wait, conspirators decline my leech? That's fucking wild. That's why they weren't able to spade? Is that seriously what just happened? We're going to be burning down to 6 power after this, but I think I can live with that. Oops, wrong hex. My bad, guys. Wrong hex. Straight to TM jail. You guys referring to the declined leech? I agree. That's a huge party foul in the world of Terra Mystica. Also, we're now in the race for the 2-key town, so that's pretty cool. We have 2 more actions left this round. We have a priest to send to a cult, and we have a dwelling to build. And then we were 1 action away from the town. Conspirators are further than that. Okay, they have 1 million actions left. We're never getting enough leech that we don't have to burn down, so I think that we just build this hex so that we were in an advantageous spot leech-wise versus architects or conspirators. Conspirators could go for the 2-key town this round. That feels quite wrong, but we'll see. If I'm conspirators, what I'm doing is, well, if I were conspirators, what I would have done for this line was I would have traded for water 1 and then templed and then still taken earth 2 again. I think that probably would have been the best way to get what conspirators actually want here. They could still, oh, never mind. The architects take the 2-key town. I think that's very bad for them. They wasted a lot to get this 2-key town. Like, they wasted 5 points. To wait till next round to take the 2-key town and take the 8-pointer instead would have been, that would have been 11 points more. I don't think that they got like 11 points worth of economy from doing this round. And I say that because look at the steps that they're on. If they were on, like, they're on odd numbers of steps on everything. They only need 1 priest to make, like, they're now 1 step away from the 4 spot on Earth. They could have been 2 steps away from the 4 spot on Earth, right? And then 1 priest gets them this spade. They're on an odd number on both fire and air, but even numbers are the ones that pay out. So I think that they maybe win 2 cults with this move. I don't know. Like, I guess if they take the priest and then send it to air now or fire now, and then still, nope, they don't get first priest to fire. Brian is not building dwellings here. That's unexpected. Oh, I guess they are in this cult step tile. Okay, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I don't think it's good, but it's not that bad. So this was water 2. Okay, water 2 is a very sensible take. I'm not really seeing how Brian is going to make his town next round, which is good news for us. So I think we expect conspirators to give us 1, 2, 3 power. We're getting 4 power here, so that'll give us 3 and 3. I'm anticipating for our power bowls, which is pretty good. I would open next round with. Do we want the 8-pointer? What do we think for our next round? I think 8-pointer is good. Architects taking this 2-key town, by the way, instead of us, is also very good for goblins. Goblins were never going to get the 2-key town, but if we got the 2-key town, we would have been more of a threat on their cults. But instead it worked out this way, which is very good for goblins. Are goblins getting all the 3 spots? I think they are. Goblins can't do anything with 1 priest, so this priest should just go on the water cult, I think. I'm not sure which tile we want next round, if we want the dwellings tile or the TP tile. But they're both very good right now. We could do like a weird like TP single dig this hex for 1 dwelling round. And then try to rush water 1 after that or something. Okay, so the dwellings tile is good, so that possible. Wow, not even using the cult block. That feels so. I don't like anything that's going on here. The water. Okay, so architects might get first priest to water at least, so that's good for them, I guess. Gorgeous. Okay. TP tile, cult step, or priest. Priest lets us start to advance our shipping, which is neat. Priest also lets us get our first. No, I think the TP tile is. There's 2 coins on it. This is just points. We probably just make 2 points off of this. Or like 2 TPs worth 4 points off of this guy. And it's a worker, which is nice. And then having the TP over here puts us in position to like take. Oh man, what if we go 3 TPs? Okay. I just said some words that were kind of crazy, but you think that's a good pass by architects? Fair enough. I'm not really paying attention to architects' game. I think that they're actually in a pretty decent position here. They got all their natural reds left, except for this guy. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're probably going to build 10 more structures this game, something like that, if they can get the economy. They do get to open up the coins action. Fair enough. I mean, I see it for architects. Wow, architects. Wow, goblins use some of their stuff to hard dig. Are they going to... Oh, the big building tile is still there. So, yeah, all right. Wow, good for Brian. He's gonna be able to sanctuary water 1 TP, or like he's gonna be able to use this guy, get 2 workers, and then sanctuary water 1. No one should beat him to sanctuary water 1, and then make 2 TPs. Just ultra tall, and then get a town. It's just an 8-pointer. And then go to work. That's really nice for Brian. Three TPs and I can build Stronghold in round 4. I actually am unironically thinking of building Stronghold in round 4. But probably waiting until round 5 is better, but if this guy hangs, then that unironically is like kind of a good move. Wow, Brian, buddy, you're not taking the... I guess the big building round is afterwards, so fair enough. The one thing that unironically is kind of an issue with Stronghold is that we kind of want the Stronghold in this town down here, but I guess I should probably like get this neighbor from Gray anyway, right? Even if I deny this hex, Gray probably still wants this hex so they can build down here. Farm architects on open coins probably. And they could send first priest to water. I wouldn't mind that, but I'm probably ragging on architects too much. They seem fine here. They opened differently than I would have opened, but I think that they're completely fine. Tiki Town is still good. It's like never that bad. I think that it was like a lot of forfeited victory points. However, they're going to be able to build a shit ton of stuff. As long as they can fix their coin economy by building TPs as needed. And maybe they stronghold this round and then they can move around this bridge. This bridge won't be needed if this becomes a stronghold. Let's check. No! No! Your timer! You're offline. Damn. Who's trying to kick already? Well, whatever. Okay. We're all holding our breaths here. Okay, they triple dig this so that they can get another town. That doesn't seem great, but it is a thing that you're allowed to do. Alright, hot take. If I build a TP here, I get the coins action. That's my hot take. Second hot take. I'm going to build my TP up here. Because I think that that'll... Yep, because our opponent declines leech, like a madman. Well, it's not how I would have drawn it up, but I think that this is pretty good for architects. What Meg paid... Yep, decline gaining power for structures, yep. Didn't architects have just enough to go stronghold, then move one of the bridges to make the conventional double bridge town toward the west? Yes, but architects shouldn't do that, right? They want to do that in round 4. Like, why? They shouldn't build their stronghold early here. Oh, you're saying that they could have towned this round with that strategy. I see what you're saying. Well, they didn't do it, so. I also would have bridged here, I think, to get this yellow hex. Do this stuff later, but whatever. They will stronghold next round, right? Like, they're strongholding here next round, or here next round, and move this bridge over here. So, I mean, it's okay. Like, this was a very poor choice, though. This is not good, because they had this yellow hex for them all day. Like later in the game, no one was ever taking that yellow, other than maybe an extremely... I mean, goblins could eventually have gotten there, but... Alright, so Brian has maybe given up on this town? I guess he's going to send 2 priests to the fire cult by the workers, and then... But he's not taking... Ooh, he's going to temple here, I see. And then use the 2 X tokens for 6 workers. Fair enough. We don't need to worry too much about that. We get this, as we were saying before. Architects getting nothing from the Earth cult is very unfortunate, in my opinion. Or I guess Brian maybe hard digs and builds a TP as opposed to, I don't know. I don't know what Brian's doing. I hope that he doesn't come over and like dig this and then double dig this. He could. There's this and this, but we'll see what happens. Alright, so we're advancing our shipping. And I think that we're placing 2 TPs, right? Building 3 TPs is unironically kind of terrible, right? Like, shouldn't I just temple water 1 and then build 1 TP? And then I pass on to this coins. Like, everyone wants... I guess if architects pass on to the coins, then I'm kind of out of luck there, so... Yeah, architects probably want to pass on to those coins. I absolutely need to get priest production going, so... Probably an 8-pointer. There's water 1. That seems good. Eric Online Darts. How difficult is this game to get into? I would say this game is pretty difficult to get into. I would say probably like each game is a little less than 2 hours. And I think that you probably need at least like 3 to 5 games to get like really anything of value, plus maybe like reading some like reading or watching some theory. So I would say 8 to 10 hours of investment to get like to start getting a lot out of it. Yeah, so the high coins tile disappears, which is a bummer. So we do need to think about if... Well, that actually makes TPs even better, right? Because this supplements our coin income, which is kind of a problem right now. What town did it take? They took a priest town. Okay, the priest town is good because they get the first priest to water now, so that is good. You'll never be able to get your friends to play such a long game. Yeah, okay, in that case it might not be really worth it for you. But I still think it's a very cool game, so yeah, play it online like everyone else. Yeah, it's fun to play online, but I would never suggest that someone like get into a game just to play online, like unless they have like a very, very specific interest in it. Which, I mean, obviously I'm playing this game, and obviously some of us are like watching me play online, so the desire, like some desire is there. Okay, conspirators are going to close this earth track, which good for them. I am afraid that if I build this TP, I mean, I guess either way, conspirators have the stuff that they need to dig this guy down, so... I guess I was probably supposed to upgrade H7 to get myself a little more leech, but at this point, I can't actually take much more leech. I can only get 7 power here, so I was considering going for worker power. Now I think I want the priest. Also, reality check, we can't actually afford the stronghold next round, right? We have no workers. Like, I think that my play next round is to send both of my priests to the fire cults, buy workers, and build the strongholds, and then get this hex, and then maybe like this hex. Brian gets a single dig, so cool. Cool. Are we going to fight over this hex? I think we're going to fight over this hex, and that makes me sad. I think conspirators are going to hard dig this and then put their cult spades over here. Oh no, they advanced shipping. All right. Conspirators advanced their shipping. That is very good news for us. I don't think that we have the dwellings to really make this guy worth it. It could be like 4 points, I guess. But I think that extra priest is better. I would really like worker power, except that I'm already overflowing my power, so such is life. God damn, Brian, how did you get that many coins? Or like how many that, oh, he used all his X tokens, right? Fair enough. So here's Coin Town. Yep, makes a lot of sense. He'll close this cult now, and you can get some shipping going to get these hexes over here. God, goblins are so disgusting. Architects get the power for their coins action. I have to assume that they're going to use that, but I guess you should never totally assume. If they don't take the coins action, do we want the coins action, or do we actually need workers more desperately? So I actually really am unironically thinking that Driller is a good idea, or Stronghold is a good idea this round. But I think that if I wait to take a workers action, I just lose this hex. So I weirdly am thinking that I want to just Stronghold down this hex, leave this floating as yellow. Black should never take this hex if it's yellow. And then send priests off, and then build this hex maybe. I think that's actually the play. Excuse me, you've played a lot of 18xx online. Oh, Jesus. I actually have played 1889 a little bit over the board, but I feel bad for conspirators. I'm about to annihilate their dreams here. Oh, it's a water 1 rush. For some reason, that's something that didn't occur to me. But I mean, obviously, I was never going to be able to afford water 1 after this line. So, if I take the workers now, do conspirators build this hex, or do they take the coins? I think the answer is we shouldn't wait around to find out, and instead, we should just do this. Unfortunately, I think Conspirator's best line might be to blow through me here. We'll see if they agree. That actually Seems like quite a big hole in my plan. Oh well. Yeah, there's not much I can do about this hex right now. Alright, we just go priest, priest, and then we pass onto this guy. It's just unbelievably valuable right now. Man, if goblins actually get this town, that is like if goblins get this hex, that is insanity. I think Brian wants to build this guy, so I should be able to get one more priest off and then pass for big building. But, I mean, architects could do it first. We'll see. We've got a town. It's probably a mistake to go for this too hard. But whatever, I'm doing it anyway. I can always fall back on the TP tile, right? The TP tile is good. High value towns have disappeared quickly this game. I think that next round I might just open with hard dig here. Well, I mean, this hex could still disappear on me now, right? Like, I could actually lose this town next, like, right here. So let's see what architects do. I think that they would be entirely in their rights to pass, unfortunately. That's okay. Like, we can settle for TP tile. And we probably still got a third town with this guy, or a second town with this guy. What would we like next round? I think we would like to build this. Temple for Air 1 TP. Can we make that happen? Oh god, Through the Ages is... I love Through the Ages, but man, that's a... I have not touched that in a long time. I actually played it mostly over the board, but yeah. Oh, Zarito, you played like 200 over the board Terra Mystica games? That's amazing. Architects delaying the westward path is looking worse and worse. Yeah, I mean, I think this Architects game has... It's not what you want to see, I think. It's almost like the fact that Architect's cult game is going pretty well here. I don't think that it actually should be going that well, but it kind of is, like, against common sense. Architects giving up all their bridges without being able to build this guy is very sad. I do think that they were supposed to try to build a stronghold here, not take this hex, build the stronghold here, and then go boom, boom for this town without the sanctuary. Even with the sanctuary, right? Stronghold, sanctuary, town over here. They will build the stronghold now, but I wonder if Brian will be able to advance his... Like, Brian probably takes away this hex so that he can make his town now. The bridge for this town is a lot worse for goblins, I think. I mean, Brian can still make a town through here with very little effort, so maybe he'll choose to do that, but I do think that just grabbing this hex, denying Architects that expansion, is quite strong to me. Alright. Conspirators want a town. They don't want to kill me. This is beautiful. I think I do need to secure this hex with my first action. I would love to be able to do that with some free leech, but obviously I shouldn't expect any leech right here. I think I might need to single dig this, or hard dig this. Single dig feels so bad, but it might be the correct play. That would leave me with some coins. Yeah, I think that single dig is actually the way to go here. I hate it. I hate it so much. Brian just immediately double hard digs that. I would have advanced digging once. Architects are nowhere near it, so I think that advancing digging is better. TP on H5 and then pass. I'm not sure if the dwelling style will actually be that good for me, but I kind of want to send a bunch of priests to cults here. I also think that, yeah, I mean, now that I've taken that leech, I definitely want to send priests to cults. I think that if there's a chance I can get onto the Architect's tile, I would love that. So I'm going to be stupidly risky here, and you guys, I might hate myself for it, but I'm a greedy bastard. Wow, this is a lot of bleach. In for a penny, in for a pound? Or how much of our board can we clear out here? We probably wind up with a lot of structures left on our board at the end of the game. It's still Terra Mystica. I can't call conspirators a madman if I don't take this. This is round 5, man. This is round 5. But you know what? You're entirely right. Oh, Brian's getting 4 towns. That's fucking filthy. No, is he getting 4 towns? He's not getting 4 towns. He would need a stronghold. Now, there's no way he's building a stronghold after this. So yeah, there's probably not a 4th town. But I mean, goblins are obviously winning, but round 5 happens without advanced digs. It's not good. Guys, don't try this at home. This is not what I would consider to be good Terra Mystica, but it is Terra Mystica. I'm also quite strongly considering building 2 TPs here. It's either 2 TPs here, or it's Temple for Water, or it's Temple for Air 1. I'm actually undecided on which one it is. This is incredible from goblins. So they're not getting any more favor tiles, and they don't actually have useful spots. They have 1 useful neighbor for a TP. I'm curious to see how Brian gets... Oh, he has... Yeah, he needs a lot of coins. I don't know how he's getting all the coins that he needs. Maybe early pass onto this. He's going to pass soon onto this. Workers action, something like that. In the final round, he probably wants to... Like, he's built all his dwellings before the dwelling round. That's actually not super ideal, I think. That single priest always happens, I think. Two TPs has to be better than the Temple for Air 1. Here's the case for the Temple for Air 1. It's priest production and it's a worker. And it's 3 points. 2 TPs is 4 points, right? So it's like 1 point worse, but it gets me a priest and a worker. But it's also... I guess it's also 6 coins worse. So is priest and worker better than 6 coins? Priest and 2 workers, right? Because if I go Air 1, then I get to put priest to air, and I get to close the air cult. 2 TPs is 6 points, because I lose 2 from the temple. I'm thinking about what you're saying, right? I'm talking about temple TP versus TP, right? TP would mean 8 total points that I'm passing for. TP Temple means that I'm passing for 7. So I'm losing 1 point, right? No, yeah, I'm aware of this, but like, if I build TP Temple, then I'm going to pass for 4 plus 3 from Air 1. So I only lose 1 point. But the question is the 6 coins that I get from this better than the priest and the worker and the 2 workers and the 3 power? Priest, worker, 3 power. That seems possibly better than the 6 points, I think. I'm going to make an insane gamble and say that might be better than the 6 points. I need 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need, next round, right? I need to build 2 dwellings, 2 TPs, right? To finish up my towns. 2 dwellings, 2 TPs is 2 coins for the ship advance, 4 coins for the dwellings, 6 coins. So I need 12 coins next round. Oh, man. This might just be better than everything. Again, what do I miss out on? What do I lose right now, right, by advancing my... I would miss out on 3 points from Air 1, a priest, and 2 workers. Versus two workers and just 8 points. And I deny the table. I also might lose 4 points on the air cult. That's the other part of it, right? There's no way that this tile sticks around for priest to air and a cult bump. And yet, I just can't help myself here. I've come so far with this ridiculous strategy. So again, I'm losing a priest and probably 3, maybe 4 points. Okay, this is actually better. It's a hot take, but I actually think that the priest to air and temple for air 1 is actually economically and points-wise about equal to a pass tile. 3 points from air 1 plus cleaning out the air cult, that's actually worth it. So, all right, come at me, haters. This is like a classic argument that I've had, or discussion rather, that I've had with NerdCube many times. There is the question of, is denying Brian worth it? But I don't think that that's... Okay, cool. So Brian probably gets on my tile. That's okay. It's priest to air. Whoa. Okay. So I did manage to block goblins off of a tile, so that's also nice. And then... we do this. Unfortunately, we're going to miss out on a little bit of our power. Oh, no, we're not, because our power production dropped, so cool. Air 1. Pass. And I think that we just want the most stuff that we can get, and this is the most stuff. Because we need every last resource that we can muster now. Excuse me, you would also have gone for Air 1. Zorito, oh, the TP tile is actually better for Brian. I'm surprised that Brian didn't stall. I think that Brian could have bumped priest to air and then bought a priest, but maybe he really needed the coin. He probably actually needs the coins more than the TP tile, right? Like, he doesn't have any neighbors, so the TP tile actually isn't that good. So what's Brian doing here? He's probably advancing digs twice, building B2, making a TP, and then using the goblins action. Actually, he wants to make this town, right? This is probably how he wants to make his town, but he needs to find neighbors for TPs. Like this hex, if architects build this hex, it's very good for Brian, but they don't have to. This is close. Also, that 11 pointer is very good, but it should probably disappear. This is a close game, I think, for everyone. Are we still convinced that goblins are winning? Not at all. I'm not convinced that goblins are winning at all. They're not on the pass tile. So actually, architects and conspirators, with like their early passing shenanigans, have amassed a huge pile of resources each, and they can just play tall now. Conspirators, 1, 2, 3. They have 3 natural grays to build on. And then they can just, and they have like 4 dwellings on their board, so they can just hit their digs like all the way or something. And they're also connected on 2 ship, which is pretty nice. I don't think that conspirators have the stuff to go for like another town down here, but do we have the workers to make this happen? It's 4 workers to make the dig advances happen. That's 7 workers, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I actually need 11 workers to make this happen. I can't actually make this town. It's possible that I could have made the town with 2 TPs. That doesn't really make sense, right? I don't think that was ever going to happen. The world where I get this town probably involves a workers action and a fair amount of leech. But let's not count on that. Let's just count on connecting first. Because maybe I just want to like build my cheapest hexes, which admittedly might just be triple digging this and building this. Or triple digging this, building this and this. Like I don't have the workers to make all my dreams come true right now. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need the workers action plus like a fair amount of leech. Goblins have like 50 resources this turn. Yeah, goblins probably do get another town. And I would still maybe make goblins favorite. I think that I might be in position to take last here, unfortunately. Because if I'm architects, I'm probably just thinking like building, yeah, sure, I build this, maybe like these 2 hexes or something. But then after that, what, right? How many coins would I need? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need 2 more coins, or I need 2 more coins, right? Like I need 2 2-for-1s. I need to get a 2-for-1. Okay, so here's what I should do. I should leave myself open to getting a 4-for-3. So my math, right? 2 dwellings and 2 TPs is 10 coins. And if I take a workers action, I have exactly enough workers. Brian is not advancing his digs, so that's kind of rough. He does have fire too, so he is getting another town. But he hasn't gotten his digs advanced. So I think I'm supposed to do this. And then I leave myself open to taking a 4-for-3. And if I don't get the 4-for-3, I think literally my most efficient way to make points if I don't get the 4-for-3 is I dig this and I build this. Because there's no other place where I can get down 2 dwellings for 3 digs. Yeah, and I only have 2 dwellings to place, so I think that I actually just take this and this. And I let goblins win network and the cults. Guys, you're crazy. Like, just to be clear, you guys are crazy about goblins. not winning, right? They've got network and they've got cults. And they've got Earth 1. I guess Earth 1 is no longer worth that many points, but... yeah, so my guess, this next 2 tokens are for am I even capable of getting a 4 for 3 here? I'm not. I do get this, but... okay, goblins, can you give me a 4 for 3? You cannot. So, in that case, the correct move here is just to take this hex. And then conspirators maybe taking this guy. Actually, their best move might be to take this in that case, but I kind of have to just take that risk. And if that does happen, then I think that I'm supposed to just grab the workers and take this or this, like one of these 2 red hexes or this blue hex or something. Ooh. A raid from Lumen. Hello. Thank you for the raid. And hello, Heroic Logic. Hades, what's up, man? We're playing a disastrous game here. This is not the game for me to be displaying when I have viewers, but yeah, I actually think that the best move for conspirators might be to take this hex. So that way they can get this and this. 3 digs for 2 hexes is good for conspirators right now. Or 3 digs for 3 hexes is actually probably the best value that they can get. So, like a quick recap of this game. We were at 33 points to start this game. We probably should have taken this hex, and then conspirators turned this hex gray at the end of round 3, and then we stronghold it to grab this hex. And I think that we are pretty strongly regretting it now. We made fun of Architect's game because they opened Temple Earth 1, and then they took the 2-key town way too early. But now Architects are probably beating us because they have the pass tile, they have good cults, but we could be wrong about that. Oh, conspirators are going to be able to build this, and that. That's cool. Though, oh, they only have 2... I see, they only have 2 dwellings left to place. So that's this and this. I don't think that they have quite enough stuff to come over here. And I don't think that they should try that necessarily either. We will buy the workers with our next action, because that's like an extra point for us, essentially. It also lets us stall on where we want to use our cult bump. Yeah, we were afraid of goblins with their 2 temple opening and getting onto good position on 2 cults, but we decided to close the air cults. So I guess the case for passing earlier for this big building tile was that we maybe also get a town. If passing for this means that we get this 3rd town, then that's a mistake that we made. But I don't know that was the case. Architects are out of coins, and they still need a ship advance if they want to connect. Oh, they have 0 shipping, actually. Okay, so architects aren't that much of a threat. Architects are no threat network-wise. We're tied on cults. They have Earth 1 points and a pass tile, so they probably advance ship here. They have nowhere to... oh, they could try to dig through here, actually. That might actually be worth it for them. They have so many workers that blowing coins on a ship advance might not be as good as just digging through here. Oh, is Bryant going for 4 towns? Guys, you're all crazy. I think goblins have 4 towns here. Yeah, goblins have 4 towns. So they're going to stronghold here, right? Or they're going to use their X token for coins. Stronghold, then dig down this hex. Then they get a power town plus an X token, which they can use for more workers to dig down this hex. Yeah, they don't need to build this TP. They can just build the stronghold and build 2 dwellings. So that's 2 4-point dwellings and 2 towns, which, let's just say that they're both the worker town. So that's 8 plus 14 is 22 more points for goblins. That'll be 111. They pass for 3, 114. Oh, never mind. They don't have advantage digs. My bad. They're going to get 1 more town. They're going to hard dig this X and then build a TP. Yeah, okay, fine. So 1 more town is not that bad for goblins. Like we said, we were going to swipe this. So we are getting tied by conspirators on network, which is a bit of a bummer. Bit of a bummer there. We are beating conspirators, but that means that we're only getting 9 network points. So we can probably start doing our endgame math, right? I'm thinking that we're going to get like 12-ish points. I don't think that architects go fire 3 here. Building dwellings and TPs has to be better. So we're going to get 2 points from digging, 120, 1 resource point, 121, 3 passing points, 124, 9 cult points, 133, or 9 network points, 133. This is 142. Arc bump probably goes on the... I'm not sure where our bump goes, actually. I probably shouldn't commit to deciding on where our bump goes. Let's say we got 12 points on the cults, right? I kind of think that Temple of Earth 3 might be worth it for architects. So I think that would be like mid 140s, 145. Oh, architects did advance their shipping. Okay. So they'll be able to get out dwelling, TP dwelling. So that would be 4 points for each of the dwellings. That's 8 points plus 3, 11 more points for architects. Plus, so that would be 120 plus 8, 128. And then this is not, yeah. I think I have architects covered. And I must have conspirators covered. Yeah, conspirators should never be able to build a TP and a dwelling here. Unless someone digs it for them kindly, which they won't. They can get the coins, but they never have the workers to do that, so yeah. Alright. What should we do then? Let's just dig this hex to brown. We'll dig it to black first, I guess. So my reason for slow playing here is that I have a cult bump, and I don't know where the cult bump goes. So I might as well just slow play this. Did I consider the 5-power priest Hades? No, not really. Or, I mean, I briefly thought about it, but then I figured just 5-power priest means that I get, like, maybe up to 2 points worth of value. But the 2 workers is 2 points. And more importantly than that, it gives me good tempo for my cult bump. And I also end up with a resource point. So it's really 3 points. The 5-power priest would not have given me a resource point at the end. So no, I didn't really think that was a good line. Conspirators missed 2 leech for another town. Whoa, that's pretty close. If conspirators actually got that next town, that would be really sick. And they should probably be, oh, they already have air 1, but they could take air 2, right? Or earth 3. No, they can take water 2. That's 2 coins. Then they bump air. That's another coin. So that's 2 coins plus 2 coins. Do they have that? With that, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stuff. Yeah, they have it with water too, right? If they swap their earth 2 for water 2, or they swap their earth 2 for water 2, they get 2 points, this and this. That's 2 coins from the conspirators ability, 2 coins from water 2, and the air bump. So that's 4 more coins, and then they would have 10 stuff total. So yeah, they have it. That was including a fire 2 take. Oh, they need fire 2. Never mind. I thought that they could take water 2. Yeah. Regardless, their best decision left is to make TPs, right? Which means that I should probably dig this guy to blue. Okay, they're just placing priests. That seems pretty reasonable. I don't want them to get another dwelling out, so... Well, I guess they can never be distracted from this one, so it's pointless. Goblins get their last dwelling down. They get a town. They're going to advance their digs, and then that's it. They will end with no resource points. So that's 108. Oh wait, can they build another dwelling? They need to advance their shipping to connect, right? And they don't have digging advanced, so they can't build this hex. So they're just going to advance ship for 4 points, 106. They'll end with a resource point. 10. So that's 106, 107. Pass for 4, 111. They have 20 points on the cults here. 131, and then they win network 149. I think that we said we were mid 140s, so goblins are ahead of us. Yeah, they need to ship still. Yeah, I figured that out. But I think that they're like a few points ahead of us, like maybe 5 points ahead of us. And I think that we said that we had architect speed. Oh, I didn't count those 3 points, so maybe they have a speed. Can they build TP dwelling? It's 5 plus, this is, they need 5 stuff to build the TP, 5 stuff for this. They need a 2 for 1, which I don't think that they should get. So the bump is supposed to go on air, right? The bump is probably supposed to go on air. It gets me a bump versus Brian, and it's still like some stuff. The question is like, no, if architects take air 3, it's still worth it, so. Whoops. What am I doing? I'm brown. Okay, it's probably not worth it to put the bump here, because this could be like a trade for Earth 3, like water 1 for earth 3 or something. Yeah, the bump on water probably just makes more sense. I'm now assuming that I get this fire cult points, so architects can only really take one of these away, and I think that they might want to just protect the water cult. No, they just build a TP. That has to be wrong. That TP has to be wrong. Compared to making a temple, oh, never mind. They had no place to make a temple where they would have enough stuff for temple and TP. Fair enough. Okay, that's fair. So they're going to pass for 7, and they have a resource point that's 127, and then they have like, I assume this is 0, 0, or this is 4. Yeah, so architects are in like the 130s, and I think that we said that we were in the 140s. The TP was neutral points-wise. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I was at 10 error. No, I was looking at gray, and I thought that I was gray for some reason, and I was wrong. Yeah, Scoomy, I agree. I think that that TP was, it just didn't really feel like it did much. Brian saying that he didn't like my sanctuary. I think that he's right. I think that my sanctuary is not very good. You gotta think that this is water 2 here. Probably water 1 goes away, water 2 comes in, and then it goes here and here. Or depending on who he hates more, I would probably hate me more, so I would probably put the bump on Earth. Yeah, so bye-bye water 1, hello water 2. And yeah, unfortunately it's not an extra resource point to bump air, so I would bump Earth. So yeah, we'll just wait for the tally to come in. I think that Brian has me here. He has 19 cult points, and I have 12, 14 cult points. It's extremely close, but I think he has me by like 1 or 2. Don't doubt myself for the stronghold. Yeah, thank you. Oh, he does bump air. Okay, that actually might swing the game. That actually might swing the game. We're going to find out, but... Here comes the tally. You thought goblins would run away with it until the final round. I stopped thinking that goblins were running away with it in round 5 when I realized that they had like no coins. They took Earth 2, but then they never built a bunch of TPs where they could take advantage of their ability. They kept taking more temples and more workers, and they just didn't have enough coin economy, and then they weren't able to pass for the coins action. I think that if they had passed earlier out of this round 5 and then taken a coins action, I would have liked this game a lot more. But regardless, like I'm saying that I would have liked their game more. They might still be winning, right? So wow, we cracked 150. Is that winning? That is winning, I think. Okay. Well, that worked out well. S-check. You think that you need to have 2 or 3 solid opening and town spaces. That's too much for you to think with your little head. I see what you're saying. You're talking about for your game. So your game, I think that taking the priest was better. I would say. So yeah. F4 is nothing compared to the Earth 1 steal. Oh man, Meg buddy, I greatly disagree with that. I think that the Earth one, um, okay. Um, I am going to. I called you crazy in round six. What, to suggest that goblins weren't dominating? I mean, goblins still came in second, right? And they very nearly beat me. But yeah, like they ran out of coins, so they weren't able to advance their digging. And if they advanced their digging, they'd crush this game as normal. But I think that they probably dreamed a little too big. Like carving this was, I guess, architects weren't here, right? That was a problem for them. Um, this sanctuary might have been a small problem for them, but I don't know. It hey, we weren't that slow. Meg was slow. We knew that that was going to happen. Brian's fast. It's great. Um, the double hard dig on D3 killed them. Yeah, right. They could have advanced their digging one time there, right, and then dug this hex. I don't know if they could have advanced their digging and dug this hex and still made the sanctuary though. Um, they lose 5 points by building the sanctuary later, but maybe that was worth it to save 2 workers, and they'd start getting their digging advanced. I don't know. And but I do think that they were probably supposed to just abandon this idea of making this sanctuary town, go for a town here, and then go for a town here. Maybe that was worth it. That's much better for architects, much better for goblins, or arguably better for goblins, much better for architects, better economically for sure. And like a coin town is really nothing to write home for. If you let architects onto these hexes, maybe you're able to build some TPs alongside them, and then maybe you're happier. Yeah, leaving the sanctuary town as the unfinished one, and then they either build this and this, or they build this and this, and either way, like they might have been better off with like these early neighbors so that they could build lots of TPs. Okay, we love to brag when we win, so let's just take a look at what happened. We tied for second in network. This is a very unimpressive network score, which, I mean, we built a round 2 sanctuary for Earth 1, and we built a stronghold in round 4, so it's not surprising that we only built 13 structures. We were lucky that archivists were generous to us. We took 2 single spades, which is just delightful sort of efficiency here to get 2 single spades and 1 coins action. Architects kind of vindicated what I felt, which is that you don't really want to pass that early. Like, I think that just building a lot of shit and like getting your stuff going is worth it in Terra Mystica a lot. And passing that early for points, like I'm gonna look at their passing points. Yeah, they got 22 passing points. Oh, goblins got 0. That's a problem for them. They got a lot of coins probably, but this is probably where they lost a lot of stuff. Anyway, yeah, we got okay on the track. Goblins only got okay on the track as well. As we thought, it was a very kind of dry track. We did okay on the passing. We got on the big building guy once, and then we got 10 points worth of TP pass tiles. We got 2 towns instead of 3. That's just the result of not getting the leech that we wanted, / maybe not passing correctly in the final round. In the end, I think it was correct for us to stall hard in that final round because we got the cult points that we wanted. And swinging the cult points versus goblins was pretty big. Not very good endgame points. We dug a lot, thanks to the stronghold. And yeah, we just inherent halfling scoring. It's just kind of how the game goes. Yeah. For Archivists, D5 triple dig, not taking D3, that's what killed the Architects. Yep, they could have had this hex in round 1, right? And arguably should have. I mean, maybe they weren't getting this hex in round 1, but they were going to do well. And Brian also blocked the priest in round 1. That was pretty rough for Architects. Okay. I think that's it. This is a pretty good game. It was a it wasn't the fastest game, but at least we weren't that slow. It's really nice to get a win at a strong table, and I believe that we finally cracked the Elite League as well, so that feels good. I'm curious to see where we... All right, we're 33rd, so we got a long way to go. We got 1571. We got a long way to go in our quest to win the arena season, but D5 was when you were disconnected and you panicked. Yeah, I mean, I would say in Terra Mystica, it's never great to panic. You had, for example, like you had this hex, right? You just had 3 more workers sitting there for you, but hey, it's okay, man. Mistakes happen. It's a new faction. We'll all continue to improve. I won't say that I'm the only one. You're the only one who needs to improve. We all need to improve still. So, and yeah, you were like people were trying to boot you, so that was a little unfortunate too. Anyway, thanks for the game, and thanks everyone else for chatting. Thanks for watching. It was fun. It was a fun game. It's always nice to get a win at Strong Table. So we'll see y'all later.